What's up with it, y'all? Welcome back to Jaiden Deshuan's Hot Seat. Today's episode is a little bit more personal, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Our guest is someone I've honestly known for a decent amount of time now. Somebody I've shared real life with, real conversations, and real decisions that shaped both of our paths, if I'm keeping it a buck. We actually enrolled back into college around the same time. We started together, but in a way, we encourage each other to lock back in and keep going. She's a Wiley University student, a young mother, as you hear the baby in the background. Someone who's experienced grief and still chose to push forward, balancing school, work, motherhood, and giving back to her community through volunteering, whether that was at Wiley or at home. This conversation is about growth, timing, friendship, and what it really looks like to rebuild while life is still happening. This is Asia Harper. Welcome to the hot seat.
Hey y'all.
How you
Oh wait.
feeling?
I feel great. I'm glad to talk about my experiences and hopefully to influence and de-influence you from the things that I encountered, the things that I went through while, just going into adulthood. And I just hope that people learn from me and, you know, just to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, y'all hear the baby in the background. She has a new, fresh newborn who just turned
Yeah.
2 months today, actually.
Yeah. Two
So,
months.
congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
New mother. How does that
New
feel?
mother. It's rewarding at times. It was unexpected, but I'm glad that I decided to push through and just, learn. And I love her so much. Like
Yeah, it
she
was.
motivated me to just be better. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Y-
glad.
Yeah, nah, y'all, I was definitely shocked. She had called me randomly and just popped out the ultrasound. I'm like, whoa. But
What? Slow
yeah,
down.
I'm like, huh? I'm like, you playing, you trolling me. And nah, but nah, beautiful. She got a beautiful baby girl that's here.
What's she, girl?
Beautiful. Um,
Thank you.
but let's get into life before everything shifted, before the baby, before
Okay.
everything. Um, when you think about back to before everything changed for you, what was life like?
Well, in high school, um, I was an athlete and I was working and I was just trying to find out who I was. I really didn't have close friends, like, how you have sleepovers and you do things with your
Yeah,
friends. I feel like I just have friends that were at school just because we were at school, like by
facts.
association. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like, it used to make me upset. Like, I used to cry a lot, honestly. And like, I played sports and stuff, but we're the only five girls who would play each sport. So we would only
Mm-hmm.
see each other at, the games, at practice and stuff like that. And like, I was kind of like a control freak, I would say. Like,
I'm dead.
everything had to be my way. And
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because my teammates used to say, "Oh, wait till you have a baby, like you're going to be strict, you're going to be this, you're going to be that." And I'm like, "No, I'm
Yeah.
not. No, I'm not." And so it's like crazy because I'm like the second person who had a baby, so it's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, like it was hard. I didn't really have no best friend. Well, I did, not gonna lie, but we were just only friends like at school. And so like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a good communicator. Like I couldn't communicate what I needed and I would always cry and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, sorry. So yeah,
No, you're
basically,
good.
yeah, I don't know if you want to go to the next question, but yeah, it's just things started to change
Yeah,
quickly.
I feel you. That's real. What were your goals with school and your future at that time? Like during, let's just say high school before college. Like let's say let's look into the junior senior year. Like what was your
Junior, senior year.
goals?
So my goals were to basically like I'll say starting my senior year. So I knew I wanted to go to college. At my hometown, there's a saying, one way out, and it's usually sports. And so I knew that I wasn't, not to say talented enough, but like my school, they didn't really see us females or women going to like college sports. So I knew education was the only way. So I knew, like, once they told me that, sorry, they're mowing grass. Uh, Once they told me that I was top five and that I could be, on the class stage when it's
Mm-hmm.
graduation. I said, okay. So I worked hard. I said, I'm going to do every sport, in which I did. Excuse me.
No,
And
you're
so I was
good.
glad I got inducted into the National Honor Society. I was top five. I did every sport that I could, but then I found out my mom was sick in 12th grade. Well, like in December of that year, of my senior
Mm-hmm.
year. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was very scary. I didn't understand. And so I just kept on trying and I wrote uh, essays and then I found out about Wiley when they came to my
Mm-hmm.
school. So, yeah, so I was just trying to, figure it out and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But being in Pittsburgh, it was 16 hours away. So I was unsure,
Yeah, that's
but
far.
yeah, so I decided to just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just trying to
Okay.
just try everything, do my best and see who I could be. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's touch on, do you remember our conversations about going back to school? Like, we was enrolled. We was in there from, we
freshman
we
year
got,
up
yeah,
until like,
freshman year.
yeah,
And then, we had our own little situations why we left or whatnot.
yeah.
But, what about our conversation, like the conversation about going back to Wiley really stood out to you? Or what told you like, okay, let's you for yourself, let me enroll back into Wiley.
So for me, I could not get over it. Like I felt like I was upset at myself on why I left and like, well, why I had to leave. Well, it wasn't my choice. I made
Yeah.
choices that led up to it, but I made bad decisions because of grieving over my mom and just, you know, I just couldn't figure it out. So they emailed me one day and they're basically like, oh, you get an adult completion thing. So you know me, texting Jaden,
Yeah.
oh, what you want to do?
Yeah, it was
And I'm
like,
like,
I'm like, what you want to do?
and
I'm looking
you
like,
feel me? I'm like, hey, we might as well and stuff like that. And like, obviously, like when you left Wiley, I feel like I don't know, I was like alone, so it just made me upset and stuff. So I like kind of was forced, not forced to go into a relationship, but like I didn't have no friends at all, and so like it was just like kind of sad. Like I was socially isolated. Like I no one was talking to me. Only people wanted to use me for my car. Uh, my mom was gone. I didn't have no support except for my sisters and my dad. And I was just going through it. But I was like, okay, it's another chance and stuff. But nothing was
yeah,
working, financial aid. And so, yeah, I just really wanted to go back. I could not get it through my head. Like, I was so mad at myself. Like, you're missing out on so much stuff. You could have been this, your potential you had. You were all about school. What happened?
mm-hmm.
Like, you really
Yeah.
messed up. So,
Same with
yeah.
me, honestly, I had transferred, as you know, I transferred,
Hmm.
but like I felt isolated. I didn't have a support system. Like I had my mom, I had my grandma, my pops, I had
Hmm.
people supporting me in my corner, but at the same time, it definitely felt weird being away from you because you was a personal friend to me too as well, and it just hit different having the HBCU versus the PW. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
anyhow, let's get into like your pregnancy and just change. So
Yeah.
take me back. Take me back to when you first found out you was pregnant. And what was that moment like emotionally?
Okay. So I decided to switch jobs or whatever. So I was like, okay, let's try something new. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna work at Amazon. And I was doing good and stuff. And then like I went through something traumatic that I can't speak about. But I uh I don't know how to explain it, but so I decided to take a pregnancy test and I just started feeling weird and stuff. And I'm like, I had to be with
Mm-hmm.
my sister and live with my sister for a little bit. And then I said, "Oh my gosh." And I remember being younger and like just talking to my sister. It's crazy, it's ironic. I'm like, I don't believe in abortions. I don't, sorry, trigger warning. I don't believe
Mm-hmm.
in, stuff like that. I can't do it for me. I don't, you know, fault anybody for their decisions, but like I knew for a fact, like if I can't hurt a puppy, I damn sure can't hurt my
Yeah.
baby. And so
Mm-hmm.
like once like, that you gotta see if you're really pregnant. And so I went to a place called Women's Choice Network in Pittsburgh and they was like, you're gonna hear the heartbeat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew for a fact I wasn't. So I worked and then I finally went to the ultrasound and then I saw the heartbeat. I saw that she had everything, like she was formed, like, not fully formed, but like her head. I
She
said, I
ain't know
can't
it
do
was a
this.
girl yet, y'all. She
I
ain't know it was
didn't
a
know.
girl.
I didn't know, but I'm glad because, hey, I
Yeah.
was like, I only, like, if I'm pregnant, I only want a girl because I don't.
Yeah. 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 I feel
And
you.
so, yeah, I found out she was, and I'm like, my sisters was like, well, what do you want to do? And they're fully supportive. And I said, well, I'm a. I'm gonna have to do it, regardless if I had
Yeah.
support or not. And I'm glad
Mm.
that I did because she's so
She's
beautiful and
beautiful.
lovely, and I love her so much. And yeah,
Okay, I love that.
you hear her? She's trying
So
to talk to.
yeah, y'all hear? Y'all hear? She got something to say.
She got
But
her side of the story.
what was your very first thought when reality hit you?
About Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make something shake. um, I decided that I had to find resources. I knew that my mom was no longer here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna make a bottle, y'all. uh,
Yeah, this is the real
this is
raw
how it is,
experience. She's
and
a
it's
mother. I'm not editing it out. Y'all gotta hear that baby
yeah.
cry.
You feel me? I
This
gotta
is
hear the
she's
baby
a
cry.
parent.
You feel me?
She's a first time parent at that. The baby is 2 months old. She's a new
She's
mother.
a
She's
new
doing the damn
mother.
thing.
Yeah, you feel me? Hey. All right,
So
hold on. She's
y'all have
gonna
some
get a little
grace
bit.
with her.
Please. She's acting a fool sometimes, but it's okay. That's
But
how
she's
life
doing
is.
well. She's managing well. She has a
Thank
lot of
you.
patience, and I feel like it's not easy, especially
Yeah.
being she's young. I mean, like she's 20. I mean, she's not a teen mom, but
Yeah.
shoot, 20, still young. And then having your first kid,
And not
it's
having a mom is that was there
we
through
gonna get
everything is
we get
scary, Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we gonna get on that.
We're
But
gonna get on it.
yeah. So who or what, you don't really have to say their names if you don't want
Mhm.
to. You could just reference like, like a brother, sister, just example. But who or
Mhm.
what did you lean on in the most in that season during your pregnancy?
During my pregnancy, my sisters, they're through everything,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. I remember telling my, you know, being pregnant young, you get scared that you're in trouble. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I was a people pleaser. So like I was scared, like telling my brother and telling my dad, and like they're like, you could do it. Like you're not a kid anymore. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know. Like everything's just crazy. Like I feel like I'm in trouble. But I'm like, I'm not in trouble.
Yeah.
And I haven't been like, cause I'm like, I've been 20, I found out, 21 turning 20. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's like, I'm not a kid anymore. It's all right. I could do it. And so basically my sister is my, Miss Roxanne at work, her too. She actually watches my baby too for me when I go to work too. And that's
Mm-hmm.
lovely building villages and stuff like that. But yeah, so
Yeah.
basically just my sisters, my brother, my dad, and Miss Roxanne. So, oh, and
Okay, okay.
especially Joseph, that
Okay,
y'all be
okay.
seeing. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Um,
Oh, and you, sorry.
oh no,
Of course you.
I was like,
Uh,
but I'm like, shoot. I mean, I get it. Them are people you're immediate, like that's down there.
yeah.
She was 16 hours, y'all. I was as much as I wanted
Yeah.
to. It's like I had my own stuff. I lost my mom last year, but we gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely wanted to be there for her as much as I could. I tried to be
He
as
definitely
much.
was
So
when I'm working and stuff.
yeah, but being pregnant, how did that moment, and even now, like, because this is your life, this your daughter now, how did that moment, getting pregnant, shift your plans for your life, like what you had before you got pregnant?
So, obviously, okay. So, um, I actually attended a Zoom meeting to be able to come back to Wiley. It was like a hearing, and they're like, okay, you seem better, you look better, you just seem happier, and I was. And so like I remember just thanking God and just saying like, okay, I did my time, basically. And so I remember Dr. Brooks was like, you could come back to, everybody else. And then so I was like, all right. So I knew I got paid weekly. I knew how much money was coming in, and I was going to be great. Like I knew I was had a specific amount of money
Mm-hmm.
coming back to school. Like I was going to be set, and then I knew financial aid was going to be
Do his
there and
thing.
stuff. So I knew I had a couple, not to say a couple thousand, but like I knew I was going to be all right. And
Mm-hmm.
so something happened that
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, the traumatic thing, and
Can't speak on.
I can't speak on. One day I will though, but I can't
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I basically, took the test and I was like, all right. So I decided to just keep on working and stuff. And my car got messed up, totaled.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so much
While
stuff, and
she
I'm
just
just like,
found
what the
out she was
heck?
pregnant, y'all, like it
Yeah, like I was
was
like, what the hell? Like, was like they're trying to end me, but they're not, God
right,
got me, and so traveling back to work and stuff, and like just working Amazon, delivering packages while pregnant was very hard. And like it was 10-hour shifts just in my head. Like my life's not over because I always am positive, but I was like, how am I going to do this,
right.
So it's very scary.
Okay, okay. Well, you did it. I'm again.
Hey.
I tell you all the time. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm probably gonna say it 10 more times throughout this interview. But
Thank
anyhow,
you.
let's get into grief, growth, and coming back.
Hmm.
So you've had to deal with grief as I had to. It was actually the first, maybe not the first person, because I was kind of reacting super crazy. So I kind of called a few people like here in Tulsa about, oh, my mom passed away, but it's like I really relied on you. I called you like just actually like in a calm manner, trying to like process like, dang, how do I really deal with this grief? Like, what did you do the day after your mom passed away? Like all this and all that. Like I was asking them type of things. So it's like, but the difference is with you, you're a mother, and a student.
Yeah.
Like how do you carry that all at once?
So I feel like, well, finding out my mom was, well, I didn't know she was going to pass away. Obviously, it was a month into school, and they're like, "You got to come home." I'm like, "Why?" Like, can I wait till my birthday? And they're like, "No, mom want to see you now." And so I was like, dang, like, okay, like, but everything was fine at school. Like, I was making friends and I thought everything was okay. And basically, like, she passed away 2 weeks or a week, yeah, 2 weeks before my birthday, of me turning
Mm,
19. And that's when, like, my whole world just
mm-hmm.
shifted. And so me being my mom was scared that I was going to drop out. And my sister's like, oh, she said, Asia was not going to drop out. So I kept that in my head. And so me being an overachiever, a people pleaser, just not knowing that I need to take time. Like your mom just died. Do you get that? The person who gave you life just died. The
Mm,
people could wait.
yeah,
I actually went back to school the day after her funeral.
I know
Stupid,
it's
so
crazy.
stupid, so stupid. Like I wish I never would have did that. With the scholarship and stuff, they weren't really like the school. They weren't really. They really didn't care. Like because no one cares when you're going through stuff. Like
Mm-mm.
life got to go on for everybody. Just because something happens to you, don't mean the world stop. And that's
Right.
sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so I was upset with myself. But to answer your question, like I just felt like I had to go back. I had to keep on going. I had to. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, and when you do that, things bottle up in the end. When the time
Yeah.
when you least expect it and you lash out on people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
No, I've been there. I know.
yeah,
I know. Um, what kept you grounded when things got overcoming? Oh,
overwhelmed.
sorry. What I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What
you're
kept
okay.
you grounded when things got overwhelming? Whether that was school or whether that's right now, work.
Grounded. Just knowing that things are always going to be okay. Like just trusting that I'm calm. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I'm very calm when things aren't when I'm not supposed to be calm. Like I like it's something that is like bittersweet kind of because it's just like
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're good. That's how you survive most things, but it's just like everything's gonna be okay. Like and it's just
Yeah.
like I like it's just like my energy and like when I interact with people, it's just like being whimsical. Like it's something that I love. Like just laugh and just you know, acting on impulse with just being happy and just, like just dancing and just, being carefree. Like that's what keeps me like going. Cause it's just like it don't have to always be bad. It don't always have to
Yeah.
be sad. And then my sister say it's not always you're not always gonna have a good day and that's
Facts.
okay. So it's like just because it's one bad moment don't mean it's the bad day. It's 24 hours in a
Mm-hmm.
day. So as long
I
as you got
agree.
air in your body, it's you can keep on going.
Yeah.
So you
That's
could,
real.
yeah.
That's real. So did returning to Wiley feel like a fresh start or are you rebuilding from pieces? How does it feel?
Well, since I planned on going back this Wiley, I thought I would have a better chance at like making new friends. I saw that like it improved so much and stuff. Like there's better people there on
Mm-hmm.
who's things and stuff like that. But once I found out I couldn't go back because who was going to watch Ariana?
Right.
Nobody. Everybody's 16 hours away. So it's just like I felt like it was going to be a fresh start. But since that I'm not like on campus, it's like, it's just going
Rebuilding.
back to do stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
not the same. So it's
Yeah.
just like, it's like, oh, I'm not who I, planned on being down. Cause I would have been at every event, supporting everybody,
Right,
clapping for
facts.
everybody.
I
Like,
definitely do get the vibes and experience that you wanted to have because I wanted to have it too low key because I don't
yeah,
know it definitely had its fun moments. I think it's just like we were freshmen like
yeah,
just didn't know how things was gonna go and look, but it's like now that we're older and we know how to move, go about certain things. We got our own cars, we got this and that
yeah,
now. We're better with managing our money. It's just
yeah,
it's different, but there's just
yeah,
certain events that we now have to deal with that not
yeah,
even unfortunate. We got blessing
yeah,
events.
yeah,
Let me fix my mouth. But yes,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
So,
just very different. Like she
mm-hmm.
pushed me to, like, it's like, okay, now it's not paying, like, how they just do it financially, like, with financial aid, it's like you're just paying through or whatever. No, it's
Yeah,
rent's due every month, car insurance
facts,
due every month, what,
facts.
gas bills and all the other stuff. And I'm on top of it, thank God. But it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, so it's just like I didn't want to have an apartment this, like, I wanted to be on campus. I wanted to,
Yeah.
like, and be carefree and how I used to be, like just going to volunteer with the
Mm-hmm.
animals, and how Marshall was like, oh, everything's just right there, like small, like,
Yeah. It's
so it's
right
like
there,
easy to
literally.
volunteer. It was easier to just, and then when we got off
Mm-hmm.
campus, it was the best thing off, in the world. So it's just like
Exactly.
being
Like
around all, yeah.
felt like we literally went to a whole nother state or something.
Yeah, and it's just like being around all Black people and like all people of color. Like it was just something that I never got to see, because when you're in Pittsburgh, it's not a lot of Black people like where I am at. So it's just like it was like a different universe, I would say, a beautiful
Facts.
different universe to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um, what was I gonna say? Did I cut you off?
no, you're good.
Okay. I was like, make sure I don't cut her off. Okay, let's get into some hot seat questions.
I
Make it a
gotcha.
little spicy, a little spicy. I've got 4 questions for you. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep.
All right. What's something people don't understand about young mothers in college?
That is a different type of commitment. It's a different type of struggle, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like with the assignments due at 11:59. It's like, say for instance, yesterday. All right, the for mine is like every 5 weeks you get a new class or whatever. And so I can't just, after work or whatever, it's like that. I can't just go to Walmart or can't go to the stores and stuff like that. I gotta come right home, make sure all the stuff is done. It could be better planning on my part, but it's just like if you don't turn it in at that moment, you're gonna get an automatic bad grade, 1 minute off. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, like I can't, you gotta pick between one. What you gonna do? Your baby's crying,
You hear the baby
you
crying right
you
now?
feel me? Yeah, she's drinking all her milk. You gotta have her in your arms while you're doing your assignments and stuff like that, or her dad or whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
a lot of sacrificing that you gotta make.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things. But we're doing it. We're doing it.
You,
And especially for
you
the people who
are.
have,
You
you
doing the
feel me?
thing.
And then for the people who go back after having a baby and didn't let it stop them.
Mm.
So, hey, it's not hard. And then the people who's still on campus who's still able to do it, who have that village, they're doing it. I see a couple
Facts.
people and I'm like watching them like, dang, I wish I lived in Dallas. I wish I lived close, but I
Real.
don't.
Yeah.
So he's angry. Y'all hear?
Mm.
This what y'all want?
She like get off this phone call and
Yeah,
give me some
that's how it
attention,
is.
ma.
Yep, that's how it is doing assignments too. Like your arms getting tired, you trying to look at the little canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What was your lowest moment during this journey?
uh, just working and just trying to just like think about the future. Like, at first I didn't have my own apartment. At first my car was totaled and stuff. So like I felt like not a burden to my sister because she lived 30 minutes or 40 minutes. They had all that traffic and stuff. So we would have to go all the way to the other side of town and she would have to drive me earlier. Then not late at night doing 10-hour shifts after she did 10-hour shifts, have to get
Ooh,
me. Then we have to go back. So it's just
shout out
like,
to your sister. It's a
yeah,
golden sister.
yeah, and letting me, be with her and stuff since, stuff that was out
Mm-hmm.
of our control and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like what the heck? So, you know, I forgot what you asked me. Not gonna lie.
No, you're good. You answered it.
Yeah.
You answered it.
Yeah.
Did you ever fully feel like giving up on school or your goals?
Um, yeah, because I'm like, because like you could easily go work at the little jail. Well, not easily, but like, it's just like, but it's just like, there's some days where I was unsure that all of this is gonna work out. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
see, like, you don't know what you don't know. So it's just
Facts.
like, oh, like I have, like, you could be positive, but there's not that much positivity in the world that you're just
Right.
like you have to
Mm-hmm.
bet on yourself. You got to bet that you're able to advocate. You got to bet that so it's just like I had to use all what I know about being positive and advocating and stuff. But I knew that I was in charge of another human, and what I
Mm-hmm.
do influence her no matter what, like how I'm showing her if I got boundaries, if I got regulated emotions, how I'm going to talk to her dad, like how we're talking to each other, how we're conversing with each
Facts.
other, how we're, just how we interact, basically,
Mm-hmm.
what we do when we're upset.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell her you're not supposed to cry? Like, you can't say that to her. She's a
Yeah.
girl and she's a beautiful little baby. She's me, you know? Uh,
Yeah.
so it's just like, I can't, I got to be patient. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just like, there's no reason to be angry and stuff like that. Everything can be talked out and, forgiven and just, being a mom, just
Yeah.
being her role model.
Well,
That's what I
shoot, sound
want.
like you being a perfect role model. Like you actually, like you
Thank you.
talking like one. I've always seen you like a nurturing person. Like y'all ain't gonna hold y'all. Before I always said to her, I'm like, I could just see you being somebody mama. Like freshman year, like she just always been a nurturing, always worrying about somebody type of person. Like in a good way, like literally in a
Yeah.
good way. Like she's always been like that. Like she loves animals. She loves cats. She's always like I think I got like 4 5 pictures of this girl. She's like, take a picture of me holding the cat like this. I'm like, okay, bro. But nah, like she's definitely a dope mom. I know you're gonna raise Ariana into an amazing girl, into a woman. You know, you're gonna do your thing. You're a great
Thank you.
person. You deserve many blessings. Let's see, what else did I want to ask you? Um what did this whole experience reveal about who you really are? And I think I kind of just said it, but tell me in your
Yeah.
own words. What do you?
uh, Basically, that I could do anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Being a mom, like having your first child, is testing everything that you have, from staying up late, waking up every 2 hours, just, having different hormones and stuff like that, trying to communicate with people what you need and stuff like that, worried about the baby and yourself, but you have to worry about yourself before the baby and stuff like that. And it's hard. Um, just trying to figure out like with insurance, like just trying to figure out everything. Like, and again, like not having a mom, I just kind of don't have that first, like, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, so it's like kind of hard, and losing her at 18 kind of like shifted everything. Like I'm like, I don't know anything. Like, I didn't get enough time, That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I hope I'm doing everything right. I don't know how to change it. Like I didn't like kids. Okay. To be honest, I didn't like I did okay, I'm gonna say I didn't like how people raise their kids. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
letting your baby cry, you're not talking to them, you're just like, shut up. Like, you know how you're in a store, they're like, shut up, and like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't gotta
Yeah.
do all that. There's a difference between soft parenting, gentle parenting, and stuff like that. I don't know now because I she's just 2 months, but it's just like
Facts.
you got to shape them into it. Like they should know when you are serious and when you're not, and then just going to parenting
Mm,
classes. That's what I did.
yeah.
Resources, going to parenting classes, figuring out how to do it. There's so much Google, there's so much, figuring it out. There's so much resources out
Mm,
there that you have to actually put in the work. And if you don't,
facts.
you're setting your baby up for failure and yourself because you're the one. It starts with
Mm-hmm.
you. So it's
Yeah.
just like I'm doing it. I don't care. I got to figure out how to provide for this baby. And I did it, So she only pushed me to be better, And I'm glad she did because,
Amen.
hey, I'm living it. Like, we're good, despite what 12 months ago I was nervous. And now she's here. And
Yeah.
boom, we're good. So,
Okay, okay. Well, I love that. Like I said, it sounds like you really know what you're doing. Like, I mean, it is a mentality thing, like you said, in other words. So, I think
Yeah.
you doing well. You
Thank
managing. You
you.
got the baby under control. Like y'all didn't heard this baby cry a couple of times, and the baby is soothed. This baby
Yeah,
is,
she
I don't know if
sleep.
she sleep. Yeah, she sleep. Yeah, she's doing her thing, man. So again, shout out to you. Now we're
Thank
gonna
you.
flip the hot seat. I'm gonna let you ask me a series of questions. I'm gonna let you ask me up to 4 to 6 questions. You can ask me whatever.
I got you. All right. First one. What made you really want to start this podcast? What made you want to say, "Oh, I'm a speak. What I got to say is important." What made you feel like your voice is important basically?
Okay, I look at this podcast as in a sense, therapy. Do you feel like talking through your feelings or just talking about what you've been through and what you're currently going through helps in a sense?
I feel like it does because I feel like weight's been lifted off my shoulder. You know, I feel like
Yeah,
speaking about it stops people from doing the same thing you did, you know, or going through. So
facts.
yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like it
so
does.
that therapy, and I also just want to, I feel like people like you deserve to have y'all story showcased, because it's like, again, like you and me know, me and you both know, you never know what somebody is going through behind the scenes. We can post whatever, but
Hmm.
like when the cameras is off, like what's really going on? What is these
Yeah.
people really going through? We need people that's not afraid to speak up on certain things, so, and then I also want leaders. I look at you as a leader. You're a leader. So it's like, I invite people that want to share their stories, that's leaders, entrepreneurs, all that. And, so that's what made me
Hmm.
want to start the podcast.
Okay, that's good. Make me want to start one. Okay. Okay, so the second question. What's been the hardest part about building everything you're doing right now?
um, really just trying to, in a sense, do everything by myself. Do
Hmm.
everything by myself, because it's like I got so much I want to do. I turned my label into an agency.
Hmm.
Um, That's a big thing. It's this
Yeah.
when you're dealing with a lot of clientele. I'm doing podcasting. You got to
Hmm.
reach out to certain guests, and then you got people that's inconsistent. You got people that's willing to work with you, and
Yeah.
then you got to like think of topics for these people. Um, and then I work. I personally work. I still work a freaking 9 to 5. I'm not rich. I'm still out here trying to get it like everybody else.
Yeah.
um, I'm in school. Like I shoot, like thankfully the semester is about to end for the summer for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm in school. I have my siblings, my sibling, sister. My sister lives with me. But
Hmm.
see my brother like every other weekend or so.
Yeah.
And spend time with them, and shoot, like also emotionally, mentally, that could be a lot. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the hardest part, just having a lot going on at once.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. I got a question again. How did
Okay.
our friendship influence your decisions on your growth or and your growth?
Um, I would say meeting you, you just always been a positive person. I have too.
Hmm.
And we kind of went through similar situations. It's kind of crazy, like very, very, very similar situations, grief, relationships. So and I wouldn't say trauma bonding, but like,
Hmm.
um, yeah, even before then, even before we started having certain situations going on in our life, it's just like you've always been very positive, and it's always like was that outlet, like, oh, like this is the source I need to go to influence me, to like keep me going forward. Um, so just your energy,
Hmm.
your outlook on life influenced me with my decisions and growth.
Thank you.
No
I got
problem.
one spicy one. Okay. So, be
Ooh.
real. Have you finally left that person that you talked
Oh.
about? Or are you alone trying to figure out yourself? Like, is it something else you're working through? Like,
Wait, say
what's
that again.
tea? So,
Wait.
like, what's tea? What's
Wait,
tea?
wait, wait. Say
The
that
last time I
again.
talked to you, right?
Uh-huh.
You were talking about somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had me messed up. But
Yeah.
have you left that person? Are you alone? Is it still something you're
Uh,
working through? You trying to figure out something? What's tea?
I'm not even gonna edit this out, but um yeah, no, I left the person alone. We mutually left each other alone. I don't, because I
Amen.
ain't got time, but yeah, we mutually left each other alone. I don't. think there's no bad energy, no bad vibes. Uh,
Okay, good. Cause
yeah,
ooh, I was about to catch a flight
yeah.
down
We
here.
we let it be. We let it be. We let it be. You have any
Good.
more other questions, or is that it? I'm n-
I got
yeah.
some more. You still
Oh
got time
oh
or what?
oh yeah. No, we do. We do. We do. Oh
Okay.
snap.
All right. Okay. So I know that we were both birth. I know that we were both interested in returning back to Wiley on campus, but due to our situations and stuff like that, we couldn't. With me being a babe, having a baby, and
Mm-hmm.
you being like an older sibling, do you feel like you're obligated to stay? Because I know that you have to be an
Yeah.
older sibling, basically. Like, do you feel like
Yeah.
you'll resent them in the future? Like, and if you
Um.
do, how would you go against that to like, you know?
I feel like I'm not obligated to, but at the same time, because like they have their own father, they have people that could look after them. But at the same time, it's just like my mom said, like if something happened to me, like look after them,
Hmm.
make sure they're good, make sure they're locked in with each other. Um, so, and then it's just like my heart, like my own heart, like it's like even if she didn't tell me that, because I've had like I was in the hospital for both of them. Like, I was
Yeah.
11. I was 11 when my sister was born.
Hmm.
So I have big gaps from them. I have 11 and 16-year-old gaps from my siblings.
Hmm.
Um my brother, I was there throughout my mom's whole pregnancy. I mean, through A to Z. I
Hmm.
was there, even I was the only one there with her in the hospital room. I named him. Like I
Oh,
literally named my brother. He has
yeah.
my middle name. My In a sense, mine's is Deshaun, his is Bryce Sean.
Oh,
I cut his umbilical cord. So it's just like
it's a
I
special connection.
it's a
Yeah.
special yes, it's and just watching your siblings grow, like it's going to hit, like just watching your baby grow. It's like you're not finna play about your kid. I don't play about my siblings. So um, it's not really an obligation, but it's just more so like it's just like I don't know how to explain
Natural.
it.
It's like,
Natural. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just,
Okay.
if I could, I would, but then it's just like, you know,
You
yeah.
still want to be there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I got another question.
Okay.
So, all right. So people know that our mothers both passed away. Do you feel like you would have made better decisions if she was still alive and you were still at Wiley, or that through how you transferred to a PWI? Like, do you feel
Mhm.
like you would have made different decisions, like being on campus, um, per se?
Yeah, I feel like if my mom was definitely here, cause like, don't get me wrong, I didn't just go to my mom for advice, cause shoot, we'll have our own little moments. But
Hmm.
like, I feel like since I lost her, it kind of have like in the beginning, I kind of was just flashing out, just doing stuff, just making irrational decisions that I probably shouldn't have made. Versus if she was here, I probably would have made a little bit better decisions. But like, it kind of grounded me of certain things, if unfortunate events happening to me, to just like have to tell myself, you got to get it together, or because
Yeah.
nobody not gonna get it together for you. You got to get it together for yourself.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. I feel the same way. Just I want to be there, but I can't.
yeah, yeah.
So, last question. Okay, so what do you want your next chapter to look like? What does it look like for Jaden? Like, who do you want to see? Who do you want to be? You know, where
Mm.
do you want to live? Stuff like that.
My next chapter really is just to elevate, like everything that I have going now. Like I just want to elevate it. I want to push my brand. I want to be successful. Next chapter looks like being successful, honestly. I have it no
Mhm.
other way. I just feel like we both just have dealt with a lot to where it's like, what else? It can't get no worse. It only gets better from here.
Yeah.
So that's what I see my next chapter being, is success. Whether it's here still being in Oklahoma, whether I relocate somewhere else, or whether I decide to just do certain other things. But what I could say my next chapter definitely looks like success.
Hmm.
In terms of people dealing with, I've been in enough relationships. I mean, I'm not saying that's just off the table, but when
Yeah.
that come, it come. But like, I'm not really worried about that right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got to spend time with you, figure out who you are before
Mm-hmm.
you try to be with somebody else, and just heal before
Yeah,
you try to jump into stuff that you're not prepared for or you don't want long term. I feel like
exactly.
so
Exactly.
it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I see it.
Okay.
You gotta,
So
yeah.
is them all the questions you got for me?
I think so. I think you
All
did a good
right.
job.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. Let's get into we finna end it. We're not done yet, but we almost there.
Okay.
So we're going to get into the future and what's next for you.
For me, oh,
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years?
in the next 2 to 3 years, I feel like okay. So Ariana, she's already grown up, and so like I just see her, just well, like for Ariana, I just see her, in preschool, just attending all her events, just trying to get involved as much as possible. I love volunteering. I love just being there, showing up. That's something that I feel like I'm the best at, just showing up.
Mm,
That's the great quality that I have. Um, for me, career wise and stuff like that, like right now, I'm a Amazon delivery driver and stuff like that. And I like it right now. Um, but with, being a criminal justice major and stuff like that, I also feel like I could do something great, like, be a cop or like a detective or something cool like that, a
I
canine
could I could
officer,
see you. Yeah, I
you
could see
know,
you doing that. Yeah, I could see
you
you
know,
being in the criminal field, 1000%
you
criminal
feel me?
justice
So
field.
I see it like, just since I love animals and then since, you know, being something like that, like I just feel like it'll be great. We need more people of color
Mm-hmm.
and those type of fields and stuff like that. So I feel like I could be a great advocate. Like I advocate for this baby, I'm an advocate for other people, and it's just like, not abusing power. I want to, I got my first apartment, y'all. So I'm glad on the first
Congratulations.
try, like I
Congratulations.
want bigger, I want more, I want to have a dog. I want to, just, build my family more, not no kids right now. No more kids. Hey, Ariana deserves all my attention. But,
Yeah.
just, continue with my family. I just want to travel, be just, set boundary, just read more books. We've been going to walking clubs and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
my fitness journey on, because I feel like I would say like with my mom and stuff like that, since she had cancer and she passed away because of that, I want to make
Yeah.
sure I'm on top of my health, and I
Yeah,
want to
facts.
make sure that I'm here as long as I can for Ariana. Like we have our age gap, but it's just like once I'm 40, she's going to be, 20. So it's just like, we're going to be
Yeah.
there, but it's just like, I want to make sure I'm there for her kids, and
Facts.
her, everything that she got. So it's just like, you never know when you're going to go, but I want to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
I am, because my mom left me at a young
Yeah.
age, even though she didn't want to, so.
Yeah. Facts.
I just see greatness. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I got one last question for you.
mhm.
What kind of impact do you want your story to have on other young women going through the same thing?
I want them to know that they're not alone. I want them to know that a baby could either be a crisis or opportunity. Uh, I just want them to fully know themselves before they decide to, make the decision. I feel like being at college on campus teaches you a lot. And, if you're able to go and be out there, go do it. But with my impact, I just hope that people just hear my story and be like, okay, and learn or influence other people not to do this. Or, oh, did you
Yeah.
hear their podcast, their episode? This is what happened. I know y'all gonna be messy. It's okay. I like
Right.
it.
Y'all was expecting a
Me too, a
little.
little bit. Y'all don't know. I be keeping it cute and stuff, but I be like, oh, do y'all hear this? But I want y'all to know, just make the right decisions. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be, that's how you figure out who you are. But it's just
Hmm.
like you can't sit in sadness for a long time. You got to make something shake. It's not
Facts.
gonna be that butt. So no, but I don't know. But yeah, you got to make something shake, and you got to just be calm and just think before you do stuff, and you'll be great. I believe in y'all. Keep it up. And if
Okay.
y'all need anything, I'm still around. Just on Instagram. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
could
just
give your
like,
Instagram, whatever,
yeah.
like you
Hey, you
can.
feel me? Uh, Asia Harper 15.
All
But
right.
yeah.
There it
So,
is, y'all. There it
so yeah, just
is.
hit me up. We could talk. I got a good advice. And I don't judge, it's me. Just me. Yeah.
It's big age,
Big age,
whatever.
not the little one. I'm a mother.
Yeah. All right, well, Asia, I appreciate you for coming on here and sharing your story in a real way. This episode is a reminder that life doesn't wait for you to be ready, but still get to decide how your story continues. To everybody listening, sometimes your restart happens in the middle of everything falling apart. This has been Jaden Deshaun. This has been Jaden Deshaun's hot seat, and we will see you next time.
Bye,
Peace.
guys. See y'all.